And welcome back again, guys, to Red Blur Gaming. Here we are. Don't forget, if you like what I do, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit me up, tell me what's going on. Today we are doing some basing and also working on some crisis suits, which are just there in the front of the picture. As you can see, they are getting the black and whatnot added to them. Let's try and get some more of this on the brush before we start trying to base. But here we are, just working on the snow bases for this one is actually for my piranha, but I'm having a little trouble getting what I need out. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Get this pushed all around. Whee, bugger. Falls out of my hand, it's the way. Look at that. Some on the end there. And again, we will slowly make our way around the base. But depending on when this video comes out, which will probably be midweek at some stage, I've played 2 practice games with the detachment experimental cadre, I think is what it's called. The new tower detachment that came out a few months ago that I am building a list for and towards. First game was 1,000 point. Just get used to playing Tau again against someone who quite regularly plays Tau. And to be honest, it went down to the wire. And I lost in the bottom of turn 5, which for me is perfectly fine because the game lasted all 5 rounds. There was no issues. I kept myself alive and kicking, and that actually is a massive bonus in this game. Definitely, probably the scores I thought might have been a touch more interesting my way. Thought I did a really good job fighting that out, but took a 65-69 loss, which is what it is. I'm not complaining. I loved every single moment of it, and I'm hoping that that's the start of some good signs. So we're just going to get back into painting this black on these crisis suits. So just give this black Templar contrast paint a bit of a shake up. Gives them a little paint holder, and we're going to start working on feet and legs, I think, because it's everything else is, all the panel lining is completed, the dry brushing has been done, so it's just a matter of getting these legs painted, legs and feet, and then that gets us a touch closer to, and we can be a little bit rough around some of it, but we have to remember to be slightly cautious. I'm doing this without my marvelous painting goggles on, which I will tell you now help a hell of a lot. But because these legs are exactly massive, I think I'll find I get through them pretty quickly, which would be good for me. Meaning, that tomorrow when I go to play my second, well, this video comes out, I will have played 2. I'm off to play a 2,000 point match as another tester after playing 1,000 points. And so it'll be good to have that in my, that sort of stuff in my kit bag, I guess you could call it, because I like to have painted armies. I'm so used to, now that I've been playing competitive over the last few years, ensuring that my armies are painted, because you get automatically gain 10 victory points at the start of the match if you have a painted army, which is good. Competitively wise, you're supposed to turn up to a tournament with a painted army, as per the rules, and sometimes you take if you fail to do so, you will take a penalty. So, look, no penalty is definitely the option and the way to go. So, again, just softly incorporating the Black Templar contrast paint onto the backs of those legs. So, one down. As you can see, shoulder weapon has been done, and we move on to the next of our crisis suits. Some paint on some contrast paint on our brush. We are not really going slow. We are flying through this for the intent of, it's actually really easy to get this on and done, and I feel like the sooner I do it, there's lots of options for stuff to be painted. So again, trying to get through as much as I can, as quickly as I can, because it makes my life relatively easy, and I should be painting that toe that doesn't touch the ground on all these models, but I bet you I'm not, because I forget, because I'm a weird unit. So again, just making sure we're not going too crazy, because we're going to have to touch up some areas, and yeah, need to get the little paintbrush out to finish off some of this, to make sure that I'm not going too far, well, overstepping the mark in terms of where I'm putting said black paint. But as you can see, I can roughly get in what I'm after, even if it is a touch aggressive. Let's move into the next foot leg area, and that will once this one is painted, that will get us to 2 crisis suits with legs painted, making that team of 3, which I am currently working on. So I'm working on them in batches of obviously 3, because that's how big the team is. I don't want to go too far over the top, because doing too many at once can be a bit confusing. You forget where you're up to. So if I knock off a single team, which I'm doing right now, mind you, I did dry brush 6 crisis suits and arms and weapons and a tower commander yesterday. Well, actually, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Last night, maybe. Night before, it was recent. Last couple of days. Video has not gone up yet either, but it will. It will definitely go up very soon. And there we go. So, just hurriedly getting black on there like a maniac. Forgot to paint a toe there, which is a bonus. That's why I went back to it. And one more again, as you can see, weapon has been painted black, or the tip of it anyway, and we will punch through this ASAP, just to make life as easy as possible for myself, because I don't know how much more paint is on top of that thing there, but there. And then after that, well, it will just be a matter of painting heads, making sure that everything is dry brushed where it needs to be. That means that the legs obviously will be dry brushed silver as per my broadsides. I'm going to take the same kind of techniques into them as well, into the crisis suits as I have with them. Same kind of style, everything got dry brushed, and then there has been some panel lining completed, which again helps with the creation of colour and style, which from memory I have advised that they're supposed to look somewhat like stormtroopers. The black white armour with the black panel lining. I decided to go with black feet just to break up that white, otherwise it definitely felt like there was too much white going on. And it provided me with, again, a break in the colour, a little bit of something different. We are almost done this leg as well, which again would give us, as I said before, get all the black in there correctly. Miss anything? No. But we have 3 crisis suits. Their legs painted, obviously painted black. Haven't panel lined the commander yet, but again, I will be getting all of his feet all the way up to the knee joint here. So I can probably put that in right now, so that everyone can see. All this will be black, exactly the same as if I was painting one of the other crisis suits, or even one of my broadsides. This is the point of just the style I've gone with, the colour scheme where I want the black to go. Again, these fins also can be black because I say why not. So again, just getting all of the colour in there, at least on this single leg, before I have to put it down because it's a little bit tricky to hold on to. It's a different shape to the other well, the commander's a definitely different shape to other crisis suits, so it's a little bit more tricky to get certain things done, although I think I may have proverbially nailed it, as one would say, proverbially. There we go. One leg black. Obviously a lot of stuff will have 2 coats put on it. Will make everything a hell of a lot easier to deal with, and also fill in any holes and gaps where I made mistakes or where it's slightly thinner, and you can see there's a few spots. As you go around where it doesn't quite take up all of the same amount of darkness off, as the contrast paint tends to move around on the model, looking for recesses, finding areas for itself to sit into to help with giving you that light and dark shadow and making things easier or harder for you sometimes, because it's a pain in the rear end. It wants to go in its own little way, which I can tell you now is definitely like panel lining. It's definitely, the panel liner definitely wants to go in its own direction sometimes. So the fact that I'm using contrast paint and have used contrast paint for a little while now, I find it's the easiest thing to paint with. I painted all of my dark angels, even if they are purple. Thank you very much. Even if they are purple, they are all painted with contrast paint. So it was a choice. I'm never going to say it was a bad choice, because it made my life a hell of a lot easier when it came to painting my minis. Anyway, legs are done. Put them down there. And I'll say I am done for the time being. I'm going to just quickly take a break. And yeah. Punch the screen while I'm going at it. We'll call that it for the time being. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble and mumble and whatnot. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit me up. Let's obviously work our way now towards the next milestone, 150 or 200 subs. Let's keep it going, and peace out.